Police have opened up a criminal investigation into the deadly stampede at a music festival in Houston, after a man was reportedly injecting members of the crowd with drugs, with one security officer who tried to restrain someone claiming to have felt a prick in his neck before falling unconscious. At least 8 people were killed and dozens more injured when fans rushed to the stage during a performance by rap star Travis Scott at the Astro World Music Festival in Houston on Friday. Those who died included 2 teenagers, aged 14 and 16. The remainder were under 30. Officials in Houston said autopsies on the victims were being performed as soon as possible so the bodies could be returned to family members, with the identities of some of the dead expected to be released on Sunday. The dead were young, Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner told reporters on Saturday. 2 were aged 14 and 16, 2 were 21, another 2 were 23 with a 7th aged 27. An 8th victim has yet to be identified, he added. Harris County Judge Linda Hidalgo called for an objective, independent investigation into the tragedy as she spoke about the rap festival being attended by 50,000 fans when the stampede took place. City Police Chief Troy Finner said his department had opened a criminal investigation by homicide and narcotics detectives following unconfirmed reports that someone in the audience was injecting other people with drugs. One report involved a security officer who felt a prick in his neck as he was trying to restrain or grab someone and then fell unconscious. He was later revived with a dose of opioid antidote naloxone. Mr. Finner said, adding that medical staff also noticed what appeared to be a needle mark on the officer's neck. So I'm going to read that again. One report involved a security guard, a security officer, who felt a prick in his neck as he was trying to restrain or grab someone. So why is he trying to restrain or grab someone at that point? That's what I'd like to know. And so he fell unconscious and later on he was revived. So how long was he unconscious? What happened to the person he was trying to either restrain or grab? What were they doing? And so it's unconfirmed reports that someone in the audience was injecting other people with drugs. So it's almost like someone has just shouted that out in the crowd and everyone has gone with it, it sounds like to me. How do we know these people that dropped down dead or whatever's happened in this place? How do we know it's got anything to do with somebody, unconfirmed reports that someone in the audience was injecting other people with drugs? Who else do we know at this time that is injecting other people with drugs? How do we know these people that have had issues there at this place have not already been injected with drugs by other people, if you know what I mean? Is this just a story or something that's going to stop, us trying to think it could be something else? Because these are unconfirmed reports. We have not got a report or any evidence to say that there was somebody with a needle and was going around injecting people. And it's funny how the only person with some absolute evidence of being injected who felt a prick in his neck is a security officer. Not a raver, not a clubber. And now they're performing autopsies on these people. So it'd be interesting to see what they release there and if they actually do release anything. Anyway, I'll read the rest of it. It was not clear whether authorities suspected the alleged drug attacks to have played a role in the crowd surge. It was not clear whether authorities suspected the alleged drug attacks to have played a role in the crowd search. But Mr. Finner said, we're going to get to the bottom of it. So what started the surge? When in this surge were all these people being injected? Presumably they must all be found, the people that got crushed, if they died this way, yeah, they must all be in the same place. They would all have had to have dropped down in the same place. Were all of these bodies found in the same place? Because if someone is going around with a needle in such a crowd of people, of 50,000 people, how are they going to have time to go around injecting all of these separate people, and then there's going to be the surge and those people are the ones that are going to lose their lives? That doesn't make any sense at all. Because how quickly would this person with the needle injecting other people with drugs been able to have moved around the crowd so swiftly in this surge of people? The crush began at around 9 p.m. as tens of thousands of people who had gathered to watch Mr. Scott performed started pushing towards the front of the stage, causing panic and injuries. So here we're just hearing about the surge that has caused these deaths. They're not mentioning here anything about this. They're actually saying it was not clear whether authorities suspected the alleged drug attacks to have played a role in the crowd search. The crush began at around 9 p.m. as tens of thousands of people who had gathered to watch Mr. Scott perform started pushing towards the front of the stage, causing panic and injury. So like I'm saying, at this point, when this is happening, where is this suspected person with the needle? What are they doing at this point? Where are they in this picture? Videos posted to social media show desperate fans and staff trying to bring attention to injured concert goers, with people waving towards the stage and chanting, "Stop the show." So, injured concert goers, with people waving to the stage and chanting, "Stop the show." Okay. Mr. Scott stopped multiple times during his 75-minute performance when he spotted fans in distress and asked security to ensure their safety. Video posted online showed emergency vehicles, lights and alarms flashing cut through the audience several times. "We need somebody to help. Somebody passed out right there," Mr. Scott said, according to the video of his set, which included a guest appearance by Canadian rapper Drake. "Security, someone jump in here real quick." Mr. Scott tweeted on Saturday that he was absolutely devastated and vowed to support the police as they investigate. "My prayers go out to the families and all those impacted," he said, but many responded by asking why he didn't stop the show sooner. "Organisers have said they are cooperating with the police. We are focused on supporting local officials however we can. Astro World Fest and an event organiser by Live Nation Entertainment said on Twitter. So there you go. A lot of that does not make sense. And a lot of it is just, they're thinking it might be this. There's no evidence and they think it may be. And, it's just, this is just weird, this story. And just saying it's not clear whether authorities suspected the alleged drug attacks to have played a role in the crowd surge. They're using surge, they're using injection, they're using drugs, all of the words that are coming up here. Funny, like I said at the beginning of this, the only person that is mentioning they felt a prick in his neck before he falls unconscious is a security guard, a security officer, not a party goer. Okay, so this is coming from one of their official people, is giving the evidence to say that that's what's happened here. It does not say it's a member of the crowd. And so what's happened to this security officer? He fell down like the others. Why did he not get stampeded upon? Why is his story different? So all the others are supposed to have been injected and they were stamped upon, right? But not this officer. So he just felt a prick in his neck, fell unconscious, and later on he was just revived and everything was fine, and they can see this injection mark on his neck. Nah, doesn't add up to me. Peace out, guys.